Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100. This episode 16 of the third season. Hopefully you guys are excited for today's episode. And if you'd like to watch the full video, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. Speaking about links in the description below, most of the season we've been running our most liked and disliked characters list, which will be shown here in today's intro. So if you guys obviously don't care about that, then no dramas at all. Just click on the timestamps at the bottom that's in every video, take you to the main the main body. But if you do enjoy obviously the votes and see your results on mine, then please do stick around, because in the intro we're going to reveal those. And as well, if you're watching this on the YouTube and it's later down the line, we're doing season 4 and 5, doesn't really matter, because your votes can change the overall result than what you see in today's video. We can go back in season 6 and see what actually has changed. So very exciting stuff. I can't wait to find out what happens and who you choose, but I also can't wait to find out what happens in today's episode. Do you know what I mean? Like, A.L.I.E is taking over everybody, isn't she? She's literally dominating Polish. She's got so many people on her side. She's torturing people to try and take the chip. Do you know what I mean? She's pretty much threatened Abby's life and Kane took it. Threatened Raven's life, Abby took it. Do you know what I mean? She's trying to threaten Abby's life for Clark to take it, and it didn't actually happen. Enquiry got smashed in her head as well. Pretty much brain dead, I think they said she was last episode, by Jaha. Crazy stuff's going on, all out chaos. And now I'm interested to see obviously what happens and how they take A.L.I.E down. Is Raven going to be able to clutch up and hack in and do something? What's happening with Harper? Last time we seen Jasper, he's been under A.L.I.E's control as well. Do you know what I mean? We also had Harper and Monty sleep together, which is mad as well. I'm loving that little storyline. That's crazy. I didn't expect it. There's so much stuff going on. Do you know what I mean? Pike here at the start of the season, he killed Lincoln halfway through, and we seen Octavia stare and see it and scream, and obviously I wanted to get her revenge. What's happening with that? Because right now Pike's kind of like a key bit of their little army that they have to use to try and take down obviously A.L.I.E, and is he going to stay alive? Is he going to die? Who knows? There's loads of stuff going on. Literally loads, and I can't wait to find out. So if you are excited, please stick around. We're just going to do our most likely to dislike characters now. And like I said, if not, just jump forward. No dramas. Let's hope the final episode is amazing. Here we are on the most disliked character of Season 3. Now, I actually think that Season 3 has actually got 3 characters that it could possibly be. Anybody outside of these 3, I think that would be a bit strange, to be honest, in my opinion. But, everybody has their own opinion. So I think the top 3 that it's out of is A.L.I.E, clearly, Pike, and Jaha. I feel like them 3 have been pretty annoying this season. Obviously, A.L.I.E's been leading all of this. Do you know what I mean? She's been the instigator that's actually caused all of the chaos in this season. Jaha's the first person that was kind of under her control, and he's been pushing his agenda, obviously working with her in the City of Light for the whole season as well. And then obviously we've got Pike. Now, Pike's never took the chip, but I've not actually enjoyed the way Pike has gone around his agenda against the Grounders. I understand that he's trying to save his people and he has his own opinions, and do you know what? I respect that. If somebody does something believing it's the best way to save themselves and the people that they love, you got to respect it. You don't have to like it, but as long as you know that he knows that he thinks he's doing the right decision, then I'll accept it. But what I won't accept is the fact that he knelt Lincoln down in the middle of Arcadia, outside in the rain, on his own, and shot him point blank in the head because he pretty much was trying to save his people. Do you know what I mean? Don't accept that. That's why you're on the list. But I'm not going to actually pick you. I'm actually not going to pick you. And then we go to Jaha. Do you know what I mean? All season he's been annoying. He's trying to get everybody to join A.L.I.E. He's been possessed. And that's the reason, again, I'm not actually going to pick Jaha. And the reason for that is because he went in search for a better life. He found what he was searching for, the City of Light. But by doing that, he got put under like hypnosis, under a spell, and everything that he's done under that control is not actually Jaha, it's A.L.I.E. Now, obviously, visually it's Jaha, but A.L.I.E's been doing all of this, and to be honest, A.L.I.E, the way her mannerisms are, the way she moves and talks and straight face and no emotions, that annoys me in itself. Literally, that annoys me in itself, and she's getting my most disliked of this season. So I'm interested to see who everybody else picks. Okay, so here we are in the future. Yes, YouTube had now had their say, and Bellamy is the most disliked character of season 3. That is so interesting. Honestly, hand on heart, I never expected that at all. I literally listed Pike, A.L.I.E, and Jaha as the top 3 that I thought that everybody would pick, and Jaha's only got 5 votes. I was way off the mark with that comment, because Bellamy has took 44% of the votes. For reference, the Patreon, they had it as Pike, A.L.I.E, and Bellamy, which is interesting, but now it is crazy. This is really surprising for me. This is the beauty of doing doing these polls. Do you know what I mean? If I just sat here, just watched it myself and just done my opinions, I wouldn't have thought that, you know, Bellamy was even close to being this most disliked. But everybody has obviously chose him. Very, very interesting. I understand it. I actually do understand it. You know, the start of the season, he was so annoying, honestly. He really was, following Pike like a sheep, wasn't there? So that's amazing. And honestly, talking about amazing, right? We've had like 80 votes on both of these polls, which to me is ridiculous, mate. Honestly, it really, really is ridiculous. It's crazy because, like, I don't know, the views get about 300, 400 or something, and 80. That's mad, mate. That literally, it really is mad. What a great percentage of people taking part. It's fantastic. So thanks for taking part in this most disliked. Let's jump over to the most liked and let's see if it changes from the Patreon, and obviously see if I get anywhere near anybody else's opinion. Now, obviously, season 1, I voted for Bellamy. Season 2, I voted for Clark. So who's this season 3 winner going to be? Now, I think it's been really interesting, actually. I feel like a couple of characters have had good seasons, like solid throughout, been pretty consistent. You know, I've got to acknowledge Murphy's character arc, to be honest, from season 1 to season 3. How good has he progressed? I feel like he's really, really decent. I would love him to jump up to like full-on hardcore main cast where he's in the show quite often, because let's be honest, every time he's in the episode, it's always a good one, or he's always involved in a decent storyline, whether it's been with, you know, Jaha trying to find the City of Light last season, or season 1 when he was trying to, you know, kill everybody, get revenge for obviously what happened to him, and then obviously here in this season where he's kind of going against Jaha and he hates A.L.I.E and he's got with Amora, and do you know what I mean, and the stuff that's going on, he's willing to do whatever it takes to survive in Polis. I feel like he's had a good season. I've really, really enjoyed him. Also enjoyed Raven, to be honest, as well. I feel like she's a proper hardcore team player. She does put her body on the line and her mind on the line, and she does whatever it takes to try and survive. You know what I mean? Sometimes she annoys me, the fact that, like, you know, she's not willing to, you know, take help kind of like on her leg and stuff because she's going through a bit of pain. But also, she is a proper grafter, and she's a person that goes right until the very end. And I know that she was hacking inside of A.L.I.E, and tough decision it was for, obviously, Monte to kill his mum. But she found the kill switch, and just when she was about to pull it, you know, A.L.I.E pulled herself out. I can't really blame Raven for that. And I feel like without her brains and her, do you know what I mean? Just her in general, like, they wouldn't be able to do as much as they'd be able to. You know what I mean? Season 1, she obviously come back down to the earth, but then she sent up, you know, the flares with everybody else, obviously, to acknowledge that she hit the ground. And then she was using the communications to do the radio, and then she's made the bullets, you know what I mean? And then she's been here. You know, last season, she created that thing, that Clark scene in the sky. She went there with Wick and destroyed all those, like, turbine things. And then this season, you know, she's been using her knowledge to kind of, like, hack in and infiltrate A.L.I.E from the inside. And she was acting really good as well, mate, when she was taken over by A.L.I.E. Do you know what I mean? Give respect to Raven. She's had a good season. But I've got to say my favourite this season has been Octavia. Yes, I actually love Octavia. Do you know what? I'll acknowledge that she hasn't had, like, a standout season as Clark last season. I thought Clark knocked it out of the park. But I feel like not this season, it's not a clear-cut winner. And I feel like a person that has just made me happy in quite a lot of the scenes, and the person that's been so consistent to me from season 1 to season 3, really got hooked on a storyline with Lincoln, and it really, like, pained me and hurt my heart when I seen him die, and obviously the emotions that she's been going through. I like how obviously she's part of, you know, Tree Crew and Sky Crew. I like her relationship with Indra. You know, she's calling out Bellamy on his bullshit, do you know what I mean, when he was trying to say he was doing the right thing for her people. I like the fact that obviously she wants to get revenge, and she's turning into, like, this savage, and I can't wait to see obviously what happens with Pike. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think so much of Octavia's character is amazing, and I just can't wait for it to just go higher and higher and higher, because to me, she's getting better, and I just honestly can't wait to see what the final episode holds. So Octavia's my favourite character. Let's jump in. Okay, so here we are on our most liked characters of season 3, and no joke, this is the closest I've ever seen any vote, and I've never had a joint winner. That is amazing. I'm absolutely loving it. Clark and Octavia have got 21 each, and Lexa has got 19. That is literally amazing. I'm so happy. I cannot believe what I am seeing, mate. So good. For reference, you know, the Patreon, they had Octavia, Lexa, and Bellamy in 3rd place. And as soon as it's hit the YouTube, it seems like Bellamy's not even had a vote, and all of it's gone and he's disliked. That's mad. Well, I mean, this is like the best one I've ever seen in terms of, like, closeness, and it's so good. So I'm actually shocked that Clark's actually ascended all the way up, but you know, Clark is the main showrunner. She actually is. She's heavily involved in all of the storylines. You can't obviously knock Clark as a character in terms of, you know, how much she's involved. Whether you like it or dislike it, she's always there, taking part of everything. And her relationship with Lexa was so good, and I can't believe that she died. This season's had 2 big deaths in it, mate. Lexa and obviously Lincoln. Absolutely wounded for both of them. I feel like they're both amazing characters. But, you know, the show must go on. And who's going to step up? I'm hoping it's Octavia. But do you know what I mean? Clark's always been there. She's been great. She's won my season 2 vote. She did. So we're here on season 3. She's won yours with Octavia, joint first place. Really good. Nobody gets a bronze trophy today, you know, because Lex is taking the silver. So that's really interesting. I like how Raven's got 2. I did mention, you know, she put in a good effort. She's a great team player. And I'm interested to see what she does with the team moving forward. She's always their key critical part to helping them survive. But yeah, so good. I can't believe, you know, how close it is. And, you know, this is the beauty of doing the votes. I can't thank everybody enough for obviously taking part, and hopefully you guys enjoy the final episode of this season. That's where we currently are. We are back here, just saying thank you again. Without your comments, without you people jumping onto the Patreon, obviously leaving it on the YouTube, taking part in the votes, none of this will be, you know, be happening. So I can't wait, obviously, to see this final episode. Hopefully, A.L.I.E gets taken down. That's my wish. You know, she got me most dislikes, and now she can get killed, mate. I don't know who's going to do it. I don't know how it's going to happen. What does Indra always say? Wait until the war's been finished before you enact your revenge. So, mate, I can't wait. Honestly, it's going to be so sick. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into the final episode of season 3 of The 100. Oh, they've shocked her back. It worked already. Look how quick it done it.
I know you're in there. Come back to me. I'm sorry. It's okay.
It's not your fault, Abby, on that one. Yo, Clark's been pouring her eyes constantly. Good acting.
Hey, no. It's okay.
I thought you said we had one
He's
shot
dead.
with that thing.
Antari's no longer an option for the flame.
There's a collapse. No one's following us.
Good. Then we have time. An ascension ceremony. We're not putting the flame in Antari's head. We're putting it in mine. Everything we need is in your medkit.
No, it's too dangerous. Whatever you're doing, you better do it fast.
Oh, you just kick them off the steps, don't you? Oh, they're climbing outside the building. What are the chances they'd make it all the way up there? Where's Indra?
I have to do this, okay? I'll help you.
That's interesting. Now, is she saying that, you know, the people in Mount Weather, they took the Grounders' blood, didn't they? The amount of people that they had, they taken them. And they must have some supplies. I understand that it has blown up, but they would have been daft to not actually take some of it themselves, you know, for their own, you know, place, Arcadia. And maybe they do have some sort of blood that can actually have some sort of connection to the Night Bleeders. Now, it's interesting because Clark wants to put it into herself. And do you know what? To me, it's obvious Clark was going to have it, or she was the one that was going to be tested on. I know that we had it put inside of Emerson and stuff, but, you know, if I put a gun to your head and said start the season, who's going to have that chip in them, you would have said Clark. It just fits the story. It just feel like she's always the person that you go to. I ain't got a problem with it. I just think it's interesting that she's obviously willing to actually take this after we've seen the craziness of what it could do to Emerson. So it is exciting. And obviously, they've used that EMP, and it saved Abby, which is good because it does actually work. And, you know, they only had one shot and they can't really do it to anyone else. But my question is, where's Indra? Last episode, yeah, she saved Kane from the explosion. She ran, she kind of like dolphin dived on him, do you know what I mean? Speared him out the way and saved him. And now we've seen the next episode, Kane's outside kind of leading the charge up the sky and she's nowhere to be seen. So I don't know what's going on there. Come on, Harper, fight.
What's it gonna be? Raven's machine or Harper?
Don't give it to him!
Raven, your chances of reaching the kill switch again are less than 2%. I know the digital signature of the chip that Hannah gave to Monty. Are you really willing to let your friend die for a 2% chance?
Oh, yes.
Good thing there's no pain in the city of light.
Be careful.
She's doing well considering she hates Pike. So, are they taking it from her? Yeah, it's pretty smart, you know. Very good. Very good.
Try doing that hanging upside down.
Yeah, I think this is really clever, actually. I've got to give it credit where it's due.
Get that thing out of her head.
You can't.
Get that thing out of her head!
Not yet. I have to take the chip.
Did you get the
Go
code?
into the City of Light and find the kill switch.
If your mind dies, you die.
The flame will protect me. I don't know how I know. I just know.
We'll keep you safe.
The thing is, will A.L.I.E turn up in the present now she's taken it? Does she not automatically know? Before she dashes into this, yeah, she's meeting Lexa on this side, isn't she? I reckon so anyway, because she's in the, I don't even know what you would call it. She's in the world that Lexa was in of the chip. You know what I mean? But kind of, she's in kind of both. Wherever Lexa went, it's inside the chip that's gone inside of her, so she's got a connection towards her, so she might be able to speak to her. But also, she's taken this chip as well, so now she's kind of in the other one. So it'd be good that if she could speak to all of the previous commanders whilst also infiltrating them from the inside. And I'd like her honest answer. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what you're looking for? I'll know when I find it. That is the truth, mate. She has no idea. She's going in there hoping. But like I said, she's gone to the extreme, and I've got to give credit where it's due. Do you know what I mean? Like, doing that blood transfusion, I was saying, could she lit the blood up? Technically, same. It's not, but it is. I'm going to give myself half a point for that. That she actually did digest, obviously, Ontari's blood with the transfusion, which I think is really smart, and it's worked. How weird is it to see her stood in the city instead of being stood in the trees? Look at Jasper. Did it even clock her? I wonder if it's because she's in both realms. Would you follow the signs? Yo, that's a pretty good one, that.
Sorry about the way things happened.
There's another war. If we're gonna survive this, we need to stand together. This wave is small. We do this your brother's way. When we let them in, we take them down, we tie them up.
Oh. Octavia, you mad one. That's mad.
She cut me.
You mad one.
Gotta go. Need to get yourself under control if we're gonna survive this.
I let my need for revenge put me on the wrong side. I don't want that for you.
That is true, actually. He's not lying there. He was on the wrong side this season, definitely. I thought she was going to fight with him.
Wasn't the wrong side. I wanted to see things like you. I needed that. Just now, I've delivered what I've done.
Yo, why is that happening? I know that she's bleeding in the present, but...
Clark is in the City of Light.
Come on, move! Her body is already rejecting the flame.
Wait, Clark took the chip? A.L.I.E.'s running a flush subroutine to find her, sending Clark's code out to everyone.
Soul Tekker is so like...
To do that if she could control her.
No need to whisper. I'm aware Clark has merged with the other AI. Code is now updating to version 2 of my program.
When Ellie is updated.
We won't be able to stop her.
Lexa's a beast, isn't she? How's she fighting it? Do you reckon it's because she's part of her code? I think it's because they're part of the other code in me, so she can't get to any of them that have gone in there. Yeah, it's not over yet. Look at all them heads chasing. But what I think's interesting, which I think's stupid for A.L.I.E, I've got to say it. It's like, right, okay, if I was robbing a bank, yeah, people knew that I was robbing it. That's fair enough. Like, they know that Clark's inside. But, like, you wouldn't reveal information that you don't need to. So, like, you'd know I'm inside the bank. But you wouldn't say, basically, like, if you've ever seen the film Inside Man with Denzel Washington, I'm going to do a spoiler, so if you've not watched it, skip. But basically, they go in a bank, they rob it. What they do is, while they're inside a bank, is they build a wall just big enough so that he can sit in it and lie down. And basically, what they do is they commit the crime. He stays in the bank while everybody else rushes out. So while they're searching for it, he's there. He's inside. They don't know the wall's there. He sleeps there for about 3 days, and then he sneaks out. But you wouldn't go, if you was him inside the bank talking to the police, yeah, I'm in the bank, and I've built a wall somewhere, and you've got to come find me, mate. Literally, unlucky because I'm going to get away before you catch me. Like, she didn't have to say, Clark's in there, you know, I'm going to do this with the code once I've got it, you won't be able to delete it. Like, she's giving them information that they can use to then try and help themselves. Like, all they had to say is, yeah, you're right, Clark has got the other chip and she's in there, or something like. Do you know what I mean? To me, she was just revealing unnecessary information that's now going to be used against him.
Told you my spirit would choose wisely. Stop loading the flame from your mind. Your mind is changing things. Day turns to night. It rains.
Look at this, mate. She's going into a seizure.
It's not working.
Open it, mate. Hit her with an EpiPen or something. Oh.
Clark, come back.
Whoa, look at this, mate. It's fucking mad. The fuck? Some mad shit, that, honestly. Like, imagine if that worked in real life.
Are you crazy? I'm not gonna pump her heart. Now!
Yo, it's mad. How are people so smart? Like, Raven for coding and, like, doctors mad.
Fight.
The flame offers some protection, but less and less. Can you stand? My father's watch. It's counting down. We have 10 minutes to find that kill switch.
I just think it's mad seeing him in the city, me.
This is where we make our stand. Sounds like there's a lot of them.
It only if they had the gas that could knock him out.
I give up.
Oh, they can electric shock them.
Good. No one else has to die.
That would actually work. It would actually work.
Firewall. I don't understand. Jasper, what are you doing here?
Trying to stop you.
This isn't even you. This is A.L.I.E.
She's doing what has to be done.
Human beings have free will. We get to decide how we should live.
None of that exists here.
Find another sign. Let's go.
We can't let you do that.
It's over. Second AI can no longer protect you.
Raven needs to get the hack on, mate. There we go.
Trust me.
Innit?
We can't let them follow. Go! I'll hold them up!
No, Lexa!
She's already dead, mate.
I'll always be with you.
That was deep, wasn't it? I love you. Big words.
She's in.
Is she on the 13th station?
Glad you made it.
Oh, is this Becca?
You're Becca Prometa. Did you give me this?
A.L.I.E 2.0 has merged with your mind. Only the mind that's in control can operate the kill switch.
If you pull that, you will be killing everyone.
The nuclear power plants that were destroyed by the bombs have begun to melt down. Global radiation levels are already rising. In less than 6 months, 96% of the Earth's surface will be uninhabitable.
Oh, that is pretty interesting, that, to be fair. But, like, I'm not gonna lie, though. If I was Clark, I would think she was chatting out of her arsehole. That's what I would think. Big steaming dump coming out, doing anything that she could possibly do to try and preserve her life as long as possible. I wouldn't believe anything that she says. Nothing, yeah? Like, especially if I'm so close to the end to hitting that kill switch, now she could be right. And, I mean, that's some concerning info. But, like, that's a future problem. I don't know if you ever do stuff like that in real life. Like, last episode, yeah, Murphy was like, yeah, but how are we going to get down? And Ninja was like, mate, that's a problem for the future. I do it all the time. I'm doing something and someone's like, mate, that's going to happen. And I'm like, yeah, but that's a future problem, that. Let me sort this one out and I'll deal with that when it comes to it. And then when it comes to it, then I'll deal with the next one. Always push a future problem. If you've got 2 problems now, push one away, solve this one, try drag the other one. This is it. She's got 2 problems now. She's got A.L.I.E and she's got the end of the world. What have you got to deal with right now? A.L.I.E. Get her away. Get her in that bin, mate. Get that code finished. And then try and find the 4% of the world that is habitable. She said 96% of the world. So she never said all of it. So there's still 4% where they can still live.
This is it. We need to keep Clark safe. Give her time. They're unarmed and they won't feel pain. They won't stop until they're out cold.
She's stalling. As soon as the update is complete, she'll delete the kill switch. I'm telling the truth. The last time I warned my creator of a threat to human survival, he chose to lock me away and came here to work on my replacement. The goal isn't everything, A.L.I.E. How you reach the goal matters too.
That was interesting. You better pull that lever. You better pull it.
You don't have to live with the pain of the things that you've done.
Feelings what make you human.
You will be at peace. Even those who were coerced would still choose to stay here.
Give them back their pain, their memories. Let them decide for themselves. 20 seconds, and the kill switch will be gone.
10 seconds. We can save the human race.
I would not be swayed at all. It took so long. Oh, I like how they're all feeling the wounds that they've just inflicted.
Will help here?
And she's dead, mate. She's dead.
Just another day on the ground, right?
You already say that all the time. Go to him, Abby.
Jasper. I know this world can suck, but at least it's real.
I'm sorry I stabbed you.
Sorry I shot you.
I sort of thought he was going to say, like, what? I've been shot.
Use a drink.
We all could.
This round's on me.
I hope he's okay, Jasper. Well done, Raven, as well, mate. You know, wouldn't have done it without you. Too smart.
Allie's gone.
Yeah, I figured.
But you got a new problem, mate. Is she telling the truth or not?
Acting like someone who just saved the world.
Because we didn't. Not yet.
Yes, Octavia. Yes, Octavia. I stand by you. That's my girl. I'm so happy for you. I hope that that did make you feel better. Most people it doesn't, but I hope it makes you feel better, love. Octavia, get in there. Now, not that I really hated Pike, but that is why she won the most liked character of the season, because she is great. You can't tell me from episode 1 when she's standing on the ground saying, "We're back, bitches!" Up until this point, she hasn't been consistently sick. She's been a great character, loved her. She's been consistently involved in all these storylines. I like how she vowed to kill him and she actually stood by it. It doesn't matter if he stood there and he helped her. You know, he caused the worst possible pain that you could ever imagine, and he executed your loved one for being a person. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, regardless of what they say, like, literally, it was wrong what they done to go and kill the 300. Now, I'm all for a war versus a war, yeah, a fight versus fight, a winner and a death. Do you know what I mean? So, like, when Naya was supposed to be facing, you know, supposed to be facing Lexa, I was happy with one of them dying, regardless of who it was. I obviously wanted Lexa to win, but if it happened because that was the right way. Somebody was attacking the other one, and the other one was retaliating and fighting back. Here, you assumed that the 300 was a threat, so you assumed that the best way is to kill them before they kill you, and that was a poor decision. I've been consistent the whole season, and then you push your agenda even further and started executing people that obviously either wanted to escape or didn't want to be part of your little revolution that you was trying. And it was tight on Lincoln. It really was. He forced his hand pretty much. It was like, look, if you don't come back, then all these people are going to die instead. And we've seen it many times this season. You know, I actually referenced the fact that Kane done it to save, obviously, Abby, and Abby done it to save Raven by taking the chip. But Lincoln, he was the main one. He done it to save his people. He sacrificed a life. They sacrificed a time on the earth in the City of Light or whatever. His whole life died because, well, ended in it. That's what died is. Because he obviously put people before himself, and he's gone out there, absolute cold blood, knelt in the rain, shot right in the head while Octavia was looking at it. And no matter how much he's here helping them, she's still going after it. Now, I was a bit shocked, I'm not going to lie, that she actually cut his leg when he was climbing up through the windows, because I thought it was a bad decision at that time. You got to evaluate situations and know which is the best place to keep yourself alive. And they was climbing up. And, I mean, the fact that they thought that they could have a few of them climbing a window and they could shock them and tie them up and then get another few. Mate, you couldn't. As soon as one of them got in and he was occupied with them, another 2 or 3 come in, he was overrun straight away. But she slashed him. It was interesting and she's going to let him die. And you know what? That was unexpected. I think I said last episode or the one before, stand by you, Octavia. Pike, in my opinion, not too bad. Like, I didn't like what he was doing, and I didn't like how he was trying to force everybody to hate the grounders. But, like, he isn't a character that I full-on disliked. You know, we had the tiers of characters that we was picking. It was out of, to me anyway, this season, it was out of Pike, Jaha, and, you know, A.L.I.E to be the most disliked. Now, starting the season, yeah, Jaha was the one that I was disliking, and then we moved on to Pike, and then we finished off with A.L.I.E, and she was the strongest, and she's the one that got the most dislikes. The reason why is because Jaha, he was under the control of her. Now, you can't blame him for taking the chip the first time. He was on his own on the island. He didn't know, you know, how it was going to affect him. And then everything that he's done since then is being mind controlled. And you can say, no, that's just him being an asshole. No, look at it. Look at every single person here that was under the control of A.L.I.E. They couldn't stop what they was doing in the present. You see Jasper, who's willing to kill his friends. You seen, obviously, Jaha, how much he was willing to kill everybody. Kane, Abby, even Kane was in on it at the end, going around trying to kill everyone. So it just shows the power of taking that chip and having no control over yourself. So that is why he was wiped from being my most disliked, because even though he was doing stuff that I was disliking, it was A.L.I.E that was doing it, and A.L.I.E was the one that was leading the whole charge this season. And just her face, yeah, was annoying me. Like, it's her calm persona, it stresses me out. I could deal with it for like 1 or 2 episodes, like when Abby was doing it in front of Clark and she was stabbing her and she's putting a rope around her neck. It was decent. Like, a whole season of it is stressful, it really is. And the way she turns her head, oh, really? It's like, no, mate. Literally, you were stressing me out. And Clark took way too long to pull that trigger. She was saying anything that she could. Well, actually, I don't even know. You know, smell that in the air. What's that? Bullshit? Or is it nuclear? I don't know, mate. I literally don't know. That is the big question mark going into next season. It's interesting, but all this has happened, yeah, in what, 60 days since being on the ground? So, I mean, 6 months since being on the ground. So, do you know what? She said there was another 6 months left to live or something, didn't she? So, who cares? We've managed to get through 3 seasons at 6 months. I'm sure we could push the next 4 for 6, for 6 months, and then you could kill them all, because I know the show's finished, so I'm all right with it. But this was interesting. It was stressful in certain situations. It was also pretty graphic. Quite a lot of deaths. Really liked it in certain situations. Wounded that some people died. Thought the visuals in terms of, like, people being stabbed and the heart pumped there, and, you know what I mean, people getting shot in the head and stuff was really good. I enjoyed it. The gore was, like, I would say up a bit this season. Big fan of it, to be honest. I thought it was wild and crazy, and, you know, I did enjoy it. It's not the best season. I think season 2 is probably the best so far, but I didn't mind this one. A.L.I.E was stressful, I've got to be honest. Even though it was intriguing, it was stressful. So I'm interested to see if, you know, up until this point, like, which season do you think has been the best out of 1, 2 and 3? And maybe we do run a poll out of the 7 seasons and we can get the top 3 most likes from everybody. Okay, and that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this season. Now, I was just saying there, it'd be interesting to run a most liked season, maybe 3 votes that we can all do, get our top 3, bronze, silver and gold, so to speak, out of the 7. Now, if I was to rank them so far, I would rank them 2, 1, 3, I would think, in terms of the seasons. I did enjoy, to be honest, I've enjoyed all of them, but obviously one's got to go last, and I picked this one just because obviously certain situations, people did stress me out, and you know, I enjoyed last season, to be honest, with the introduction of everybody in Mount Weather. We had the grounders as well. The cast was kind of a bit more like, there was more of them to get involved in, and loads of relationships are being forged, so I enjoyed it. But there's good relationships being forged this season as well. You know, we've had Abby and Kane, you know, we've got Harper and Monte. I like that as well. Lexa and Clark, even though, like, Lex is dead now, so there's been quite a few stuff going on. Even Murphy and Amore, do you know what I mean? Good stuff. And I really like Murphy this season. Thought he's had a good solid one. He's a little bit of an unsung hero. Everybody kind of judges him from these first few episodes, and, you know, it's hard to push people's opinions away after they get formed, but I do think that he's had a solid season. I like how we opened with him as well, and then he's been used throughout pretty vitally, to be honest, and it was good stuff. Now, I've got to say, I've got to be disappointed with how we utilise Luna. If I'm doing like a season, you know, like overview, or just like a couple of things that I'm picking out from it, Luna was disappointing. Not her as a character, but how she was utilised and like how much we got of her. You know, she was mentioned in the first season. That's where Lincoln wanted to go with Octavia, because it's a place where everybody's accepted and it's like no violence and it's peaceful. And, you know, they was true to that. They was true to it. They went there, and that's the reason why they was cast away, because she was saying, Lincoln would never send anybody there for the chaos. Now, being there and obviously knowing that she was one of the night bleeders, and knowing that you know, they needed her to pretty much save the human race, and she was rejecting it. It was interesting when A.L.I.E actually turned up, and she could see that she was actually telling the truth, Clark, and that her friends and family was being controlled themselves, and he tried to kill her, and she shown that she was really strong. And she ended up saying to Clark, look, the reason why I fled is not because I was coward like Titus said, it was because I had to kill my brother in the first round, and I realised that I was going to win. I was strong enough to win, and I didn't actually want to lead this life. And, you know, after all that crazy chaos and action and taking out about 3 or 4 people, she ended up sending him back to the shore, and that was it. That's all we've seen of him, done and dusted. So, pretty disappointed with the use of Luna. Not disappointed with her character, though, because she was pretty good and consistent, and she looked really strong. And maybe we get introduced to her later on into the season, you know, like later on into the show, because I know we're on season 3 now, and it feels like we're deep into it, but there's 4 more seasons left. Loads of stuff going on. Do you know what I mean? Echo showing up this season, used Bellamy as bait, blew up Mount Weather. Do you know what I mean? We had Emerson causing chaos as well. His storyline with Clark coming back and trying to kill everybody again was decent. It was consistent. I like how he come back, even though Clark spared his life. Do you know what I mean? She was the cause of his brother and his 2 kids' death. So why would I just accept that you spared my life? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to come back. I'm going to try and smoke you. And obviously it didn't work well for him. And that kind of goes with Octavia. Okay. Yeah, you've helped me try and stay alive, and you've helped my people, and you've helped save the human race, but you killed, you know, you killed Lincoln in cold blood, so get killed. Do you know what I mean? Consistent. She's done the same thing as Emerson. Just because you've done something good and a good action that I kind of like, doesn't mean that I'm going to forgive you for everything that you've done. You deserve what's coming to you. And, you know, killing him at the end, I'm all for it. I love Octavia. She was my most liked character of the season. She's fantastic. You know, I thought Bellamy was going to have a bad season after he joined Pike's side, if I'm being honest. The only reason why I didn't really like Pike is because he's trying to, like, force his agenda. You know, he was annoying in certain situations, but again, he was quite consistent with his cause. Even at the end there, just before, you know, he died and he was trying to stop the people from coming in, he was even saying to Bellamy, Bellamy was like, look, it was wrong what we done. We killed all those people. And he was consistent. He was like, it's not me. Do you know what I mean? Like, he believed what he was doing was the right thing. And you got to say fair play to those people. You don't have to like the decisions that they do, but you got to respect people standing by what they believe in. I firmly believe that, whether I 100 million % disagree with your belief and your, you know, opinion on something, I respect that you've got your opinion and you've got a reason to forge it, so to speak. Whether or not I like it, it doesn't matter. At least you've got one. So I thought that was decent, and I'm glad Octavia killed him. Like I said, A.L.I.E was annoying all season. She played the character really well. You can't say that, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Sybil in the Vampire Diaries. She was a good character in terms of, like, the character, but, like, she was so annoying and I didn't like her. But, like, I would say that's a good thing, because they played the character well, that it pissed me off and you got the most disliked and it made me react. I'd rather have a character like that where I forge an opinion than have somebody just plain sailing throughout and not really doing anything for me. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I'd rather someone be so good or so annoying. I don't mind you being in a straight line, but one of those two shows that it's good acting and you're actually making an impact on me. Now, I really do enjoy, obviously, the little bit of mic drop at the end there, saying that, look, mate, you know, the whole reason I've been trying to do this is because I realised that the world is going to die. You know what I mean? The world is ending again the second time. I've seen these nuclear plants exploding, and by my calculations, there's only going to be 6 months left of human life on the Earth in 96% of locations. So that's not everywhere. There's still chance. Don't know where that other 4% is going to be, but it's interesting that she said that. And again, it was down to her opinion the first time. She ended the world because she believed that it was too overpopulated. That was her opinion. Even it could be factual. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could say to me now, oh, the world that we currently live in, Earth, has got too many people here in 2022. And that could possibly be, you know, a scientific fact. You know, I'm not saying it's not. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't mean you need to go and kill everybody because that is the case. She decided that, look, mate, there's too many people, let's end it. And that was obviously the wrong decision. Pretty much like Pike was like, the grounders stood behind us, you know, like around our camp. They're going to kill us at one point, so let's take them out. Again, it's a poor decision. Hers was a poor decision, but this one, doing a calculation, seeing that this thing's erupting and seeing that obviously, you know, there's more nuclear things going into the atmosphere that even people from the Ark can't actually survive with, that could be a fact. And that's where it becomes interesting, because factual scientific evidence is really good, because you have to come up with another scientific solution to solve it, and these people don't really have the resources to do it. They do have smart people, let's be honest. Yeah, how the hell can you live without somebody like A.L.I.E in this type of situation? You can't. With lack of supplies and lack of medicine, but having the knowledge, it's crazy. You see how she popped her open on Tara, she's pumping the heart? Never seen that before. It was mad, mate. Honestly, it was mad. So smart. You got to give her credit. And then Raven as well. You know, I know there's loads of coders in real life, loads of hackers, and if you've watched Mr. Robot, what a sick show. Amazing. Elliot, great guy. But obviously here we're talking about Raven, and she obviously, like, took it upon herself to go in, didn't she, a few times, but she was dominating it and she worked it in, and she helped Clark obviously get to where she needed to be. And it took too long, and I thought she was going to fail again, but she actually did pull it. So Raven, again, so smart. She's been an unsung hero throughout the 3 seasons. Season 1, mate, she managed to create the bombs with the guns, do you know what I mean? Season 2, she managed to, what else did she do? Now, obviously, like, she'd done her leg in, but even with her leg done in, she managed to get the walkie-talkies going. She managed to blow the dam, do you know what I mean? Like, good season again with Wick. And then obviously this season she's managed to use her knowledge, hack it. I mean, she was possessed at some point and acted really well, and then she's managed to come back into the present, hack into A.L.I.E and save the day. So she's been a solid underrated character, very good, and she helped Abby get down to earth as well. So she is underrated. She actually is underrated. She probably don't get enough credit that she deserves, but, you know, I'm giving it to you now, and you've had a good season. So I've really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I can moan in certain situations, but that's good shit. You know, you don't want to be moaning that nothing's happening. You want to be moaning that people are stressing you out. That's a different type of moan. That's appreciating good acting and decent storylines, but also, do you know what I mean? Like saying, I wish other things actually happened as well. So hopefully you enjoyed the season. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. If you did enjoy today's episode, please smash a like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.